Being a demon is not so easy, and when you're the son of Satan, well, it makes it even more harder to fit in. When you're training to become an exorcist, along with your friends, when they see your true identity and who you really are, it gets even more challenging. And how challenging? Well, we'll tell you more about it. How's it going, everybody? I'm Chris.
And I'm Christina, and welcome to Average Anime Reviews, where we get to be reviewing some of our favorite animes that we have watched in the previous season.
Now, before you start watching this review, just to let you know
that there's going to be spoilers in this review, so please take some precaution.
Now, this week's anime review is Exorcist Kyoto Fujouou hen. In English, it's
The Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga. And what this anime is all about, it involves a group of exorcists traveling to Kyoto, investigating demonic activities that are taking place in Kyoto. The storyline, this takes place where we have left off with the main characters of Season 1. From there, they have decided to travel to Kyoto after receiving a call from there saying that there's some strange activities going on, and it looks like, from based off what they have said, it is based off from a demon. After the main characters have found out the true identity of Rin, well, let's just say that things got really different. Unfortunately, Rin had to be on his own, and well, there's a bit of soul searching and self-discovery with that. Ever since that his friends found out, he also has to learn how to control his powers. And while he's trying to control his demonic powers and his special weapon, well, it's really hard for him considering that since he is the son of Satan, he is trying to gain back his friends' trust. And even though he is the son of Satan, he's not like any other demons of his kind. It becomes quite more complex considering that since Ryuji is returning to his hometown, which it should be a great feeling, who doesn't love to come back home? Unfortunately, the demonic activities are taking place at his family's temple, and gets really more complicated from there considering that there are more people involved and there is somewhat to be a dark side of their story. And in the second season, we also see some of the other characters on their own without Rin. And it's really interesting considering that, well, since they're on their own, let's see what they're really like, seeing what the relationship is with the other characters. And meanwhile, with Yukio and Shura, let's just say they're practically babysitting Rin to make sure that he doesn't unleash his powers at any given moment. Now, overall, what do I think of the storyline? Well, I really do enjoy it. Now, for 12 episodes, I don't think it would have done it justice, but seeing the storylines of the main characters returning and coming back, it's really great. But it's also really interesting to see a different side to them, something that we haven't seen in Season 1. Now with the storyline, it mainly takes place at Ryuji's family's temple. Now even though that is nice, it would have been more interesting if they would have explored more of Kyoto and more of outside the temple. Now that would be pretty cool and really make it more interesting for Season 2 of the Kyoto Saga. Now instead for the main characters investigating that one specific demon, the main characters would have went off investigating other demons that are unrelated to the case. And with that, it could have been more interesting and really cool.
Now, in Season 2, you get the same characters that you saw from Season 1. There are some other characters, like Ryuji's family and the other people that are working at the temple, but we're going to stick with the main characters from Season 1 and how they changed. And we're going to start off with Rin. Now, Rin, he's still taking things head on, thinking that just brute force will win the battle. But now he has to be more cautious of what he does because, well, his friends and other people know that he is the son of Satan. And he knows that his blue flames can hurt people. His friends knows that his blue flames can hurt people because, well, in the past, let's just say it affected them greatly. And this causes Rin problems as well. It looks like he has confidence on the outside, but deep inside him, he's not very confident in himself at all. Due to what happened in Season 1, he's worried that he might hurt somebody. And not only that, the organization has told him if he unleashes those blue flames and hurts people, well, he'll be sentenced to death. So that doesn't really help him at all. Now the chemistry that he goes through with the other characters, well, it's just mainly trying to get their trust back and show that yes, he is the son of Satan, but he's human and he's there for his friends, and he's there to defeat demons alongside with them. Now, the chemistry between him and his brother is a little wavy because, well, they always butt heads, and Rin is just training harder and harder to master and control his flames, use his sword to surpass his brother Yukio. Now with Yukio, he's become more and more serious in season 2. He's trying to make sure that Rin doesn't get into trouble or hurt people when he's facing demons or dealing with any trouble. But deep inside, Yukio is very jealous of Rin, of who he is. Now Rin does say that he wants to surpass Yukio, but Yukio wants to surpass him and make sure that Rin can rely on him instead of Yukio relying on Rin. And with Yukio being so serious, it's hard for him to be all laid back and relaxed, and he doesn't really mingle a lot with the other characters anymore, except for Shura. Now Shura tries to tell him to loosen up because, well, it's still his brother and these are your friends. Yes, we're investigating something, but have a good time. And speaking of Shura, that is the next character. Now Shura, she's making sure that Rin doesn't cause any trouble as well. She's the one that keeps Rin's sword locked away, but she's also investigating the case as well. Now, Shura is the only one that doesn't really fear Rin. She knows that Rin is a good person. She knows that he's going to be a great exorcist one day. And she's pretty much the only friend that Rin has in season 2 in the beginning. So the next character we're going to be talking about is Ryuji. Now, the setting of this anime, it's set in a temple where his family lives. And well, that causes some issues with him and his father. Him and his father don't get along very well. He was supposed to be part of the temple, but he decided to become an exorcist. And that definitely created some tension between him and his father. Ryuji knows that his father is a great man, but when you see throughout the anime of his backstory between him and Ryuji, well, you can kind of understand how he really feels. You understand what he's going through. Now, with the chemistry between Rin and Ryuji, well, Ryuji, it looks like he doesn't really care who Rin is. He just doesn't like the fact that his flames affected him greatly in the past, and that he didn't really tell them. They still butt heads in season 2. Pretty much the relationship is the same in season 1 to season 2. In season 2, you get to learn more about Ryuji's past, along with the other characters, such as other characters like Shemi. Now Shemi, they didn't really do much with her in this season. She had a bigger part in season 1, but in this part, the only thing they gave her is her contemplate whether or not to be closer to Rin or not, after knowing who he is. She's with Izumo pretty much throughout the season. She pretty much became a background character in the beginning of season 2, but throughout the end, well, she starts to contribute a little bit more. But I feel like that she should have contributed throughout the entire season. And that goes with Izuma. She knows that Rin is not a bad person, but she still keeps her distance throughout the anime. Now with the other characters like Koneko and Renzo, you do learn a little bit more about their past, but other than that, that's pretty much it. All they do is contemplate whether to be close to Rin again. And do they? Well, you have to see that for yourself. But I can't say that near the end, they show their true colors. Now overall with the characters, I thought that it was okay. Yes, we learned a little bit more about the characters and their past, but I feel like they cheaped out with some of the characters like Shemi and Izuno. They pretty much became background characters. They do play their part in season 2, but they don't contribute a lot throughout the season. And that was one of my biggest flaws with it. Now, I don't really like fillers when it comes to animes, but I felt like they could have had a few episodes dedicated to just them trying to get along. Now overall, what did I think? I thought this season was okay. It doesn't really feel like a season 2. It feels like this could have been all done in a movie format or an OVA, because all they do is investigate one demonic problem. Now it does say the Kyoto Saga, but all they do is investigate a temple in Kyoto. They don't go outside Kyoto and investigate other stuff. And I felt like that could have been more interesting. I felt that Rin and his friends could have resolved their problems between each other in a few episodes instead of the entire series. Now, it is interesting that we learn more about the past of some of the characters, but I felt like, as I mentioned, that some of the characters were lacking in this season. Now, compared to season 1 to this season, I felt that season 1 was way more interesting. 12 episodes couldn't do this season justice, and there needed to be more, as I mentioned. They do reveal some interesting things in this season, but I still feel like there was a lot that they missed. So overall, what do you give the anime?
Overall, well, after thinking about it, and after watching it, well, it's really great that they came back for a season 2. However, 12 episodes does not do it justice. On top of that, well, thought they would be exploring more of Kyoto. So it's not, to me, it's not really a Kyoto Saga. For that, I'm gonna have to give it a 6.
I've mentioned what I felt about this anime. A lot of opportunities was missed. They did some of the characters dirty in this season, and they do unveil some interesting things in this season. But even with that, they're still missing a lot in this season, and I would have to give it a 6 as well.
And overall, everyone, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.
Now, if you watched it, let us know what you thought about Season 2 of Ano Exorcist. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell us how you felt about this season of Ano Exorcist.
Plus, if you guys really enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. And if you guys want to learn more about the synopsis and more about the main characters, I'll be sure to leave the link down below, as well as an anime review written by me.
Now, if you want to watch the anime for yourself, we'll leave a link down below for you guys to check it out. Now, if you want to recommend something for us to watch in the next wave of anime that's coming out, or just recommend an anime in general, feel free to leave in the comments below. As well as let us know if there's any improvements of what should we do in our reviews. We're more than happy to know.
We're open to feedback, guys. And once again, everyone, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time at the next Average Anime Review. Take care! Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this week's Average Anime Review. If you guys really enjoyed this week's anime review, then click that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more anime reviews, then click that subscribe button down below. If you guys are new and want to see more anime reviews that we've done in the past, then click on the links on the left. And once again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great day and take care.